Welcome to Stephanie Hayes on Healing. I'm Stephanie, and this is the podcast where we talk about nervous system regulation, anti-urgency living, and somatic healing. Let's get into it. Today, I want to start with something that I notice over and over again with the people I work with. And honestly, it's something I used to do myself all the time. Most of us are living in this constant state of urgency. It's like we wake up and we're already behind. We're already rushing, we're multitasking, we're thinking about what's next before we even finish what we're doing right now. And we think that that's just normal. That's just how life is. That's what it takes to get everything done. But here's what I want you to know. Living that way is keeping your nervous system activated all day long. And I think that's something a lot of people don't actually realize. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so let's go back for a second and talk about your nervous system. Your nervous system's job is to keep you safe. That's it. It's always scanning the environment, checking things out, trying to make sure you're okay. Are you safe right now? But here's the thing. When you're living in urgency, so when you're constantly rushing and constantly feeling behind or thinking about the next thing, your nervous system thinks that there's a threat. It's getting the signal that something is not safe or something is not okay. So what does it do? It stays activated. It stays turned on. And I'm not talking about the kind of activation where you'd be able to notice it, like, oh, I can tell I'm stressed right now. And that might not necessarily feel like that. Because I'm talking about a low level activation that just becomes your baseline. It's there all the time. Your body never really relaxes. Your nervous system never gets to settle. You're essentially in a low stress response all day, even if you don't feel like you're really stressed out or noticing it. So that means that you're not resting, though. You're not recovering. Your nervous system is just constantly running, and your body is paying the price. So let's paint a picture of what this actually looks like, because then I think we need to see it to really get it. So think about when you're doing the dishes, right? A very simple task in and of itself. You're at the sink and you're washing the dishes. But here's what's actually happening. Your hands are in the water, but your brain is 3 steps ahead. You're thinking about what you have to do next. Maybe you're thinking about the laundry, or the emails you haven't answered, or the thing you forgot to do yesterday. So your body's at the sink, but your mind is everywhere else. That's urgency. Not only that, but you're probably washing the dishes at warp speed, which is also not necessary. And that's another part of urgency, that constant rushing feeling. So think about even just getting ready to go out the door. That should be a really simple thing, right? You're just getting ready, but instead you're rushing. You're thinking about your being late, you're thinking about traffic, you're thinking about everything you still need to grab. So you're not just getting ready, you're stressed about getting ready. And then there's that underlying feeling, that feeling like you're always behind. Like no matter what you do, you can't quite catch up. You finish one thing, and immediately there's three more things waiting. That's your nervous system staying activated. That's what urgency looks like and feels like. So it's like when you can do all these things, right? So you can do the dishes, you can do the laundry, you can get ready to go out the door. That's fine. It's not the specific things that you're doing or how much you're doing. It's how you're doing it and how you're approaching it. You can be doing it from the sense of, like I was saying, that you're doing it at warp speed, essentially, or your mind is always running constantly as well, thinking about multiple things when you're doing one thing. So this is taking us out of the present as well. And so when you're not present, you can't be aware of what your body's signals are because you're constantly doing it, so you don't even have a moment to stop and think and realize that you're doing it. So if this is resonating with you, I want to give you something that you can actually do about it right now. And it's really simple. I'm not talking about a long meditation or anything that's complicated. This is just a basic tool to bring you back to the present moment instead of living 3 steps ahead. So this is called orienting, and here's how it works. So I want you to pause for a second, and I want you to look around wherever you are right now. Just look around, and then I want you to name 3 things that you can see out loud if possible. And it's just 3 things, doesn't matter what they are. Maybe it's a wall, maybe it's a plant, maybe it's a chair, or your phone, or a cup of coffee. Just 3 things that you can see in the room or wherever you are in this moment. The reason this works is because when you're in urgency, you're mentally time traveling, you're in the future thinking about what's next. But when you pause and actually look around and name what you see, you're bringing yourself back to right now. And you ground yourself in the present moment. And your nervous system gets the signal that you're actually okay, that nothing's happening right now, and it can calm down a little bit. You'll literally feel the shift. So if you haven't yet, try it. Name 3 things that you can see right now. Okay, so see, that's it. That's the reset. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to practice this a couple times a day, if you can. Not just once, but a couple times, especially when you notice yourself rushing or multitasking or feeling that urgency creeping in. Just pause, name 3 things you can see, and let your nervous system settle for a second. That's your practice for this week. So you might be wondering, why does this really matter, right? And this is what I want you to understand. This isn't just about stress or feeling tired. When you're living in urgency like this, there's an actual cost to your body and your life. First, your body literally can't rest. Your nervous system is stuck in this activated state, which means your sleep suffers. You might be tired all the time, but you can't actually sleep very well because your body is still in that go mode. Your digestion is off. Your immune system is compromised. You're more susceptible to getting sick because your body's resources are being used for survival instead of healing. And then there's the relational piece. When you're always rushing and always thinking about what's next, you're not actually present with the people you care about. You're physically there, but you're mentally somewhere else. So you can't be present for your kids, your partner, your friends. You're just always trying to just get through the day. And maybe the biggest one and the biggest thing that can come from this, burnout. The feeling that you can never catch up, like you're always behind, like you're always failing somehow, like you're never doing enough. That's exhaustion. And that exhaustion goes much deeper than just needing a good night's sleep. That's what happens when your nervous system never gets to settle. I want to tell you a little bit about my own experience with this because this is something that I lived with for a long time. I was the person doing everything. I was multitasking constantly. I was always thinking 3 steps ahead. I was rushing from one thing to the next, and I genuinely believed that was just what being productive looked like. That was what it meant to be successful, to be responsible, to be a good person. But I was exhausted. I was snappy with the people I loved. I couldn't remember what I ate that day because I was constantly in my head and in my own thoughts. And then I thought, well, the solution would be to try harder. So be more organized, do more. But of course, that just made everything worse. It wasn't until I started learning about the nervous system that I realized all of that urgency was not helping me. It was literally working against me. My nervous system was so activated that I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't feel connected to myself or to anyone around me, and I couldn't actually rest. My deep sleep was severely affected. And once I understood that, once I started practicing things like the orienting we did earlier, everything shifted. And that's why I'm so passionate about talking and teaching this, because I know what it's like to live that way, and I know what it's like to find your way out of it. So that's episode 1. We've talked about how urgency keeps your nervous system activated, what that actually looks like in your everyday life, and one really simple tool to bring yourself back to the present moment. Next episode, we're going to talk about something really foundational: what your nervous system actually needs to feel safe and why that matters. Because once you understand that, everything changes. Because remember that your nervous system is listening and it is worth taking care of. So thanks so much for being here with me. If this resonated with you, you can share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And I'll see you next week.